I just want to say thank you to everyone who watches my YouTube channel. And if you don't think a Savannah monitor will play tug of war, you're wrong. Because they will. And they're actually really good at it. There we go. So if you guys like my videos, ooh, he's strong. Please go ahead and leave a like. That helps grow my channel. Also, please comment on my videos. I love interacting with you guys. It's a lot of fun and I get to answer questions and see that you guys care. And if you're not a member of the family, you can go ahead and subscribe. It's free. It helps me grow the channel even more. And I've listened to you guys, and I do have a Patreon down below. Oh, alligator death roll. So please go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, bell icon. Hi, Ripto. So we've done the video in the past. Are my giant lizards really tame, right? And not Ripto, because he's by no means giant, even though he's a good boy, and he's really tame, and he doesn't frill up. That's the downside of when you have a frilled dragon, or you have any type of lizard or pet that does a certain notable look to be defensive when they don't get defensive anymore. So we've talked about my monitor lizards, and I've pet them, and we can look at my frilled dragon who doesn't frill up, and I wave my hand around like a psycho, and nothing happens. And, hi Johnny Cage, bearded dragons, as we know, they're kind of known to be tame, right? So you can kind of get in there, and people expect to be able to pet these guys and have these guys love being pet, and that's not a shocker. So that's why I did the big lizards. But now everyone always asks, are your snakes really that tame? Can you just go, open up your snake's enclosure, and just pet your snakes like you do your lizards, all your lizards, every single one of my lizards? What's up, you psycho? Well, let's talk about it. Okay, Zelda's enclosure is over to the side. I'm going to just walk over, open it, and start petting her. Now, you should know for snakes, I don't go in right to the head, because unlike lizards, it can be difficult to know if your snake is sleeping or not, since they sleep with their eyes opened, because they don't have eyelids. Dun, dun, dun. So I do like to go in, approach, and I'll pet her on the body. Then they'll start to wake up. Then I can, boop them on the snoot and things like that you guys have seen. But we're going to go in, we're going to go live, and although she's looking at us, she's probably just asleep. She's not moving, no tongue flicks. Here we go. Okay. Enclosure open. Now I'm going to go to pet the body, but I want to show you guys the head. I'm going to pet here. I'm always going to pet down in the direction of the snake's scales. Don't want to cause them any harm. We saw her move a little bit. Moved a little bit more. So she's definitely awake. She feels this. She can 100% see me. Hi, baby. Hi, darling. Gosh, guys, isn't she so big? Isn't she so big? Look how thick she is now. Hi. Hi, honey. Now, snakes. If she didn't like this, there's many things that the snake could do, guys. If she was uncomfortable with this, she could move anywhere in her big enclosure. It's 6 feet by 2 by 2. She could go up on the other ledge. She could pull her head away. She could obviously try to attack me. That's very rare, though. A non-venomous snake attack is typically going to be some type of food aggression. My hand smelled like a rat, or I had a bucket of rats here, or she was just so hungry and I was ignoring the feeding. But no, look at her. She's just coming to check me out. She's like, what's up, Dad? Hi, I have to show them this for that video. They don't believe you if you're tame or not. I have no fear. Now, sometimes you can get snakes that are a little bit territorial and are more, can be a little aggressive when in their enclosure, but when you take them out, they're babies. But I like to work and make sure they're babies in and out of an enclosure. That way, if I ever have to take them out, or someone has to take them out, or I bring them to a show in a bin, and I first open up that bin, or God forbid some kid opens up a bin or sticks their hand in a bin, I need to feel very confident that the snake is going to be fine. So I feed them in this type of enclosure, I handle them in the enclosure, and I handle them outside of the enclosure. I never feed them outside of here because I don't want them ever, when they're outside of here, to feel like there's a chance that they may get food. So this has been her body pets. We'll pet her head. She's not even pulling her head away. She doesn't care. She's all good. Looks like she's getting a little ready to shed. You can tell her color's kind of dull. You can kind of see it here. You can see it on the nose drying up that skin. But not blue eyes yet, so we're all good. It's just getting close. But yeah, look at that. Head pats all through, no movement. I'm going to pause, just close this, and get in front. Now, I had to close a few things to come up to get to Soraya's enclosure. Now, this is a different look. Today is Soraya's feed day. So I know she's hungry, okay? So she's going to be looking for food. In fact, look at her posture. I wouldn't be shocked if she would strike at the glass. I don't really want her to strike at the glass, but it wouldn't shock me. See how she's moving? I know if I move my arm around, she'd probably go to strike because she's hungry. She knows she knows it's food, right? They know on a schedule. You can see it in her eyes. You don't want to be that type of snake owner that opens this cage, this tank, and then you're on video like that lady who says, "Hi, baby." No, this snake would come out and it would bite me right now. Not out of anger, out of hunger, because this is her feed day. And she goes with that. So again, when you own snakes, guys, these are animals. You need to know that behavior. Look how she's looking for food. She's absolutely looking. There are things that you could do to get her to strike the glass. It's not good for your snake. It can hurt their mouth. I could be moving my hand around like crazy right now. If you see me in the back, I'm being very still, but that's a good thing to know. I'm not going to mess with the snake because she's in a food aggressive mode. And you need to know to pick things out, because look at her just staring right at me. 9 times out of 10, if you get bit by a snake, it's your fault, not the snake's fault. So I'm just going to slowly back away and hope she doesn't strike at the glass. There's really nothing I can do. If she does, I'm not doing anything on purpose. Now, ball pythons, we know they're super tame. Here's Tetra. She's chilling in her water. Hi. I have to always, hi, baby. You know, she's old. She's in her teens. She's a ball python. She's got a long way to go. But in terms of the other snakes that are 5, 6, 7 years old, she's, you know, more than double their age. But I can get in here. I don't want to spill this water. And we know that ball pythons are typically known for being head shy. That's one thing about them. That's why they're called a ball python. What's their defensive maneuver? To curl up in a ball and bury their head. Because if they can't see the enemy clearly can't see them. But same thing. I can come in here. I can pet her. It's pretty simple, you know. I know the behavior of a ball python. They normally don't like their head being touched that much. But I can pet her on her body. It's just fine. And most of the time, once she's woken up like she is now, I can pet her on her head, and she doesn't care. She doesn't move her head away. She's just relaxing in her little jacuzzi tub. Ball pythons love a water bowl. They love to soak. They love to soak. It's really nice to see. Now, I want to do one more snake. I want to go to a Soka, who is also a boa, who I showed. Remember, I talked about food aggression. Also, sometimes, guys, snakes can become defensive when they are shedding. And I did this short of a Soka kind of hissing and striking towards me, not at the glass, because I had the glass opened, when she was shedding for that behavior. Because, again, it's your fault, not the snake's fault. Let's go to the snake. Okay, I literally just slid open the glass. There's Ahsoka. She's coiled right on where her under tank heater is. So she's getting nice and hot and warm over there. We're going to go in and pet her. I don't know if she's asleep or not. Probably because she's not moving. And remember, my reptiles, they're used to noises. They're used to hearing me talk. They sleep all the time. Doesn't matter what's going on. So I'm going to just get a good angle so I can get in here. I'm going to get in here. I'm not going to go straight for the head. There's her tongue. And she's not trying to attack me. I knew she's not going to be in food mode, which is fine. And obviously, she's not shedding if you look at her this time. Let me give you some good looks here. She's turned her head around. It's all fine. No shed, which is nice. Nice snake. I was going to just end it there, but I wanted to note on something. Some people say every time you see the snake coil its head back or make this little S spring position that snake is ready to attack. Not always. Sometimes the snake is just kind of pulling back, and that's the natural position. And also, the snake does not have to have a coiled head like that to strike. But watch, there's her coiled head. I can get right in here. She's all just fine. That's just the position she was in. She's not striking at me, nor is she going to strike. So the coiled head does not always mean striking. It's one thing that it could mean. Who's she going to strike from that position? What have you done? But hopefully this video has showed you me interacting with some of my snakes, guys, and you know that these things can be tamed, but there always are body language that you need to look for, and you need to know schedules, brumations, feedings, sheddings, etc. Take care, everybody. Thank you guys for supporting my reptile rescue family.